What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to talk about the overall markets, the S&P 500 and the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ index, and just kind of go over my thoughts and what I see playing out over the next few weeks. So first and foremost I want to talk about tech earnings. So as you can see, we have tech earnings starting this week. We have Tesla, we have Google, which reported today. We had SAP yesterday, and then the following week we have the majority of tech earnings from mega cap. We have Meta, we have Microsoft, we have Robinhood on Wednesday, and then a bunch of smaller caps like SoFi, PayPal, Spotify on Tuesday, and then Thursday we have Apple and Amazon to top it off, and we have a bunch of cryptocurrency related names such as Coinbase and MicroStrategy reporting on Thursday. Now, I want to talk about how Tesla did recently. So Tesla actually missed earnings and they blamed the results with the big beautiful bill that was passed by Donald Trump around July 4th, the weakening demand for its electric vehicles in general. And this sent the stock tumbling about $10 to $12 after hours. And I think Tesla is looking pretty weak because there's a big rift between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and I don't see how that's going to get any better. So we'll see how Tesla does over the next few quarters. But so far, the future isn't looking too bright for Tesla. On the other hand, we have Alphabet, which reported better than expected earnings, and you can see that Alphabet would be spending 85 billion on infrastructure. That's 10 billion more than its forecast in February, so it's raising its capex on artificial intelligence. And yeah, things are looking good. And it says it was raising capital expenditure because of strong and growing demand for cloud products and services, of which revenue in the second quarter jumped 32% from a year ago. So, Alphabet is doing really well. I think Alphabet is one of the underdogs in AI. A lot of people are, discrediting AI from Google and giving a lot of praise to Meta, but I believe that Alphabet will shine and be the number one player in AI for future quarters to come. So those two companies reported today, and so far the market is up. If you look at the market, it is up about a dollar for the QQQ, and for the S&P 500 it is around flat. I want to talk about where I see, from the technical picture, where I see the S&P 500 and the QQQ over the next week or so. So as you can see, we got the 4-hour cross on the MACD, and that is signaling bullish momentum so far on the 4-hour time frame. Earlier this week, I believe Monday or Tuesday, we had a drop from 631 to around 625, and that was because the MACD turned bearish for a brief moment and then reclaimed a bullish cross or bullish momentum. And you could see that it tagged the 50, I do believe this is 50, yep, the 50 simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame, and resumed its trend upward. As you can see on the daily time frame, the S&P 500 is holding its 9 exponential moving average so far, and it's trying to get a cross on the MACD, a bullish cross on the MACD, but you can see the RSI is a little bit overextended, so I would not be surprised to see a bit of consolidation here before pushing again higher. And because the biggest event this week was essentially Google and Tesla earnings, and we don't have any big tech earnings on Thursday or Friday or even Monday next week before big tech starts reporting again on Tuesday. So we could probably see a bit of consolidation, and that's my thinking here, because things are definitely overheating. I don't think it's a straight shot upwards. But you can see that the overall pattern remains bullish because it holds the 9 exponential moving average on the daily time frame. And you can see on the 5-minute, we're getting a bit of a pullback here, tagging the 200 on the 5-minute. But you notice that the consolidation is flat, and it's consolidating through time, which is generally pretty bullish. But I would not be surprised to see some sort of dip to around 623 or 633 S&P or SPY before resuming upwards. And you can see that the MACD is still bearish on the 15-minute time frame. On the 30-minute time frame, you can see that the MACD is bearish, and again, would not be surprised to see support tested again. And on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we just got a bearish MACD cross. So, even though the 4 hour and the daily is still bullish, would not be surprised to see consolidation through time, right? Or a little bit of a pullback here and there, and maintaining these levels before resuming the push higher. QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF. You can see that we're starting to get a bearish cross here. Um, and you can see that we retested previous highs around 566, 565. And you can see on the 4 hour time frame that we're still trying to get that cross, but you can see it's pretty weak here. So I would not be surprised again to see the indexes consolidate here for some time before resuming upwards. You can see that on the daily time frame, this is the biggest clue that I have right here on the daily time frame. You can see that it consolidated for about 4 days, and it's pretty flat, but it remained above the 9 exponential moving average. It's holding pretty well. And I would not be surprised to see this break out of its range. And my thinking is that big tech earnings next week will be the catalyst for QQQ breaking out. You can see that a bunch of these tech earnings are reporting next week, and I would not be surprised to see them beat this, especially with Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Apple. These are doing pretty well, and we got Visa on Tuesday as well. We got Starbucks. We got a bunch of tech earnings, and it's primed for another move higher. So remember, these are all next week. We don't have anything on Monday, and you can see on the economic calendar that we don't have anything. We don't have much on Thursday and Friday. We have PMI on Thursday. I don't think that's going to be a market mover, but you can see next week, Monday, nothing scheduled. So Tuesday, we have consumer confidence coming in, job openings, and then Wednesday, we have ADP, FOMC, another big one. Thursday, we have PCE. Friday, we have unemployment. So it's going to be huge next week, and mind you, this is all, you know, mixing together with tech earnings, big tech earnings. So, like I said, Thursday, Friday, Monday, there's not going to be anything scheduled. It's probably going to be pretty flat unless we get a surprise news from Donald Trump. Whatever he says, could rock the markets a little bit. But, I don't see any big catalyst Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Monday, for us to break out of this range. So we might just stay in this range for some time, for maybe 2, 3 days, and then get a breakout next week. Hope this video helps you guys with your investing and technical analysis. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.